What's up, everybody? Let's Talk Jets Radio. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe with all these crazy storms and flooding that's going on. It was pretty bad by me for a little bit. Quick video here, just recapping the day's moves. A bunch of signings, a bunch of guys added to the practice squad, and a few added on IR, and a few cuts as well. So starting with the quarterbacks, for better or worse, Mike White, he's still your backup. It is what it is. I don't think they're going to make a move there. But interesting that James Morgan is headed to the Panthers practice squad. Apparently, he turned down an offer to come back to the Jets practice squad. Maybe he sees a better path to playing time behind Darnold. Who knows? But I'm sure he's going to share some info with them. Running back Josh Adams, he lands on the practice squad as expected. First injury to that group. I'm sure he's probably back up. Tight ends Daniel Brown and Ryan Griffin, they're both back. I would assume that with Ryan Griffin, he was slated to make like $1.8 million. I would assume that they probably save a little bit of money by cutting him and signing him back, probably paying him the veteran minimum now. I would still like to see somebody else added. I don't know if they need both those guys. I think they're pretty similar. Griffin maybe helps you a little more in the passing game. Brown a little bit more as a blocker. But I'd still like to see somebody a little bit more proven if they're available. I know we keep bringing up Zach Ertz. I'd love to see a move like that if possible. Wide receiver Vincent Smith and DJ Montgomery both quietly had a pretty nice training camp. They land on the practice squad. Saleh in his press conference today also mentioned Denzel Mims. He's been dealing with a hip flexor, but apparently he's healthy now, so hopefully he's out there week one. Offensive line, McDermott, he lands on IR with Jimmy Murray, Grant Hermans, and Isaiah Williams all to the practice squad. Surprised that Tristan Hodge, he wasn't in there, but he was a pretty early cut, so I guess they didn't really have any plans for him for the future. The depth right now on the roster is either Fant or Moses, whoever wins that right tackle job, and then Doga and Feeney, who I don't think we want to see on the field too much. Defensive line, Ronald Blair, Hamilcar Rashid, and Tanzel Smart all land on the practice squad. All had some moments in camp this year. The Jets also picked up defensive end Tim Ward, who apparently had a pretty nice preseason with the Chiefs. They also picked up linebacker Quincy Williams, brother of Quinnen, so I'm sure there's some talent in there. Delshon Phillips, he lands on the practice squad. Jarrad Davis, as expected, he lands on IR. And then the one surprise cut, Jabari Zuniga, I would assume he probably lands on the practice squad, but it is what it is with him. You know, a third-round pick. He's done nothing since he's been here. The few plays that he was out there in the preseason, just no motor, no ability to, fight off blocks or anything like that. So I'm sure they're going to at least try to develop him on the practice squad because he was a high draft pick, but not very encouraging there. In the secondary, the other cut today was Bless Austin. More surprising because he was getting so much work with the ones, I felt like, throughout the entirety of training camp and even into the preseason a little bit. So it just seemed like his spot was pretty much set, but, he definitely struggled a little bit in coverage his first 2 years here. He's dealt with some injuries as well, so I guess Saleh saw everything that he needed to. Ashton Davis, he lands on IR. Kind of weird because he was on the field the other day. He's off the PUP, but I guess just not ready to actually play. Lamar Jackson, he lands on the practice squad. Jets also signed Brown's former fourth-round pick, Sheldrick Redwine. Apparently he's a versatile player. He can move around. Most reports I've seen say he's pretty solid in coverage, good speed guy, just not really a good tackler. Sherrod Niesman, he was also signed back to the active roster. He had a pretty solid camp. I could see both of those guys actually playing if Joyner can't go week one. Other than that, I think that was pretty much it. So the Jets signed 3 guys to the roster. I want to say they added 13 so far to the practice squad, so I guess the other 2 spots could go to Zuniga and Bless. And a few guys landed on IR, but the roster I'm pretty sure is set at 52 right now, and then once Redwine's official, I think it becomes 53. But I'm sure there's still going to be a bunch of moves from now until maybe next week or so. So talk to you guys later. Hope everyone's doing well.